Ok. Ahora sí, ¿qué se hizo? Listo. Perdón, un segundito. Ahora sí. Por Dios, ¿dónde está esto? Listo. ¿Ven ahora mi pantalla? Sí, ¿verdad? Gente, ¿pueden ver mi pantalla? Can you see my screen?
Sí.
Sí, vale. Ok. Entonces, la clase pasada, una vez más, estábamos hablando de el objeto indirecto, ¿sí? Y habíamos hecho un repaso de cómo funciona. Entonces, vamos a hacer, permítanme un instante. No está. Entonces, la clase pasada lo que habíamos hecho era identificar el objeto indirecto, ¿cierto? Does anybody remember the question that we have to ask in order to find out what the indirect object is in a sentence? So for the direct object, we have to ask ¿qué?, right? And for the indirect object?
It's to whom or
Exactamente. To whom or for whom, right? So again, a little summary from what we did last time in class. Not all the verbs have an indirect object, right? Like, for example, the verb to run. You simply run, right? Or the verb, I don't know, to eat, right? You eat something. You don't eat something for somebody else. So keep that in mind. Not all the verbs have indirect objects. Entonces vamos a hacer otra vez un ejercicio muy cortito en el que vamos a ver, yo escribo más bien, let's use the preterite. Ok. Yo escribí un correo para Holly, ¿cierto? I did just like a couple minutes ago. Yo escribí un correo para Holly. So, what is the indirect object, el objeto indirecto?
Holly.
Holly, exactamente. Holly es mi objeto indirecto. Exacto. So, now the process is the same that we learned for direct objects. The order is always the indirect object pronoun or pronombre de objeto indirecto, ¿cierto? Plus the verb plus, you know, if we have more, then whatever is left in the sentence. So I would say la, 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 la. Escribí un correo, ¿cierto? And so, what's the pronoun that I have to insert here?
Holly.
¿Cuál? Yeah, what's the pronoun that I need in order to replace Holly? Remember, para yo.
Ella.
No,
Le.
le, exactamente. le, ¿cierto? Remember that we did the list of pronouns a moment ago? Okay, so then we need to say, le escribí un correo. If we have something like, quiero escribir un correo para Holly, ¿cierto? The indirect object would still be Holly, ¿cierto? But remember that when I have a verb that is an infinitive, I have two options to place the pronoun. I can use the one that we just used, right? So we say le quiero escribir un correo a Holly. Perdón, le quiero escribir un correo, right? Or quiero escribirle attached to the verb, right? Un correo, ¿sí? So just remember that we have, when we have a verb in infinitive, a verb conjugated followed by a verb in infinitive, we have these two options to place the pronoun. One thing that I can't remember who asked this last time, but it was an excellent question. Direct object pronouns are used to replace direct objects, right? Indirect object pronouns are used to replace indirect objects. However, in Spanish, it is very common to see in a sentence both the indirect object pronoun and the indirect object. So you can see, you know, take a look at this sentence. A Spanish speaker may say, le escribí un correo, right? And using le in order to replace Holly. Very often you will hear them say, le escribí un correo a Holly, ¿cierto? So here we have both the pronoun, right? And the indirect object pronoun and the indirect object itself. That is very common. Okay?
Isn't the pronoun supposed to shorten the word? Why would you also include the?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. So the function of a pronoun is to replace something, right? And that's usually what happens. As I said, in direct objects are, direct object pronouns are used to replace direct objects. However, for the indirect object pronouns, it is very common to see them in the same sentence, both use the pronoun and the indirect object itself. It's like something very particular of the pronouns in Spanish, but just for the indirect object pronouns. The direct, no, you either use the direct object or the direct object pronoun. For indirect objects, you use just the pronoun, or many times you use both. It's very, very common. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
¿Sí? Vale. Ok. Entonces, vamos a hacer este ejercicio, ¿cierto? Entonces dice de compras, ¿cierto? Compras regalos para tu familia y amigos. ¿Y cuándo? Y compras regalos, vamos a ver, el día de San Valentín. ¿Para quién o para quiénes? ¿Cierto? Entonces, una vez más, los voy a poner en breakout rooms. Perdón un segundito. And the only thing is that I believe that when I put you in breakout rooms, you are not able to see this document. So, solamente permítanme un momentito. Vamos a ponerlos y otra vez, this is going to be done at random. And you'll see the questions to your right. ¿Qué pasó, Penny? Oh, hold on. It's my dog. I'll be right back. Bien. ¿Pueden ver mi pantalla, my screen? ¿Pueden ver mi pantalla?
Sí.
Sí. Ok, perfecto. Muy bien. Entonces vamos a hacer este ejercicio, ¿cierto? Es un diálogo justamente sobre ir a hacer compras. Entonces, Maika, ¿puedes ayudarme a leer esta parte, por favor?
Sí. Hola, Thomas. ¿Qué haces?
Muy bien. Asia, esta parte, por favor, ¿me puedes ayudar a leer? Oh, and don't forget to unmute your microphone. Gracias. So beginning here. Compro.
Compro regalos para mis amigos para celebrar el día de San Valentín, por
Muy,
ejemplo.
muy bien, ¿cierto? Por ejemplo. Okay. So, here we have a Carolina, bla, 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 unos guantes, ¿cierto? Okay. So, notice that this particular sentence, ¿cierto? Has a very interesting order. I can say, compré unos guantes a Carolina, ¿cierto? O, as I have it here, a Carolina compré unos guantes, ¿sí? Okay, let me. No, guantes, guantes. Ok. Guantes, lo que uso en las manos, ¿cierto? Muy bien. So, as I was saying also last time, word order in Spanish is very, much more flexible than in English. So here we see the same sentence, you know, in two different orders, it has exactly the same meaning. The important thing is that we know how to identify which the indirect object is. So, ¿cuál es el objeto indirecto en estas oraciones?
Carolina.
Carolina, exactamente. Carolina, sin duda, es el objeto indirecto, ¿cierto? It doesn't matter the order. Okay. So, this is one of the cases where we will see both the indirect object and the indirect object pronoun used in the same sentence. So what pronoun do we have to use for Carolina?
Le.
Le, ¿cierto? A Carolina le compré unos guantes, ¿cierto? Do we have any questions up to this point? ¿No? ¿Todo claro? Muy bien. Entonces vamos a hacer este ejercicio, ¿cierto? A Beto, a Roberto y a ti, ¿cierto? Y a Mauricio y a Germán. I'm going to put you again in breakout rooms and I want you to do it together with a partner. So give me just a moment. Oh, the only thing is that, como les digo, no necesariamente van a verlo. Entonces, Bueno, vamos a ver que regresen todos. Bien. Entonces, muy bien. Pueden ver mi pantalla, ¿verdad? Can you see my screen? Perfecto. Ok, entonces a Carolina, ¿cierto? Le compré unos guantes. A Beto.
Le.
Exactamente. ¿Puedes leer el resto de la oración? Can you read the rest of the sentence?
Sí, a Beto le compré unos zapatos.
Perfecto, muy bien. Bla, bla, bla. A Mauricio y a Germán.
Les.
Exactamente, ¿cierto? Maika, ¿puedes leer la oración completa?
Les compré unas camisas a Mauricio y Germán.
Muy bien. Ok. ¿Y el que sigue? A Roberto. Lee, exactamente, ¿cierto? ¿Puedes leer el resto, por favor?
A Roberto le quiero comprar.
Ujú. Le quiero comprar una corbata, ¿cierto? Sí. I'm not sure what happened, pero bien. A Roberto le quiero comprar una corbata. Bien, gracias, Aisha. Ok, y la última. ¿Y a ti?
Nos.
No.
No.
Ok, entonces vamos a mirar. A ti, bla, 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 compré un regalo sorpresa. So if we answer the question, to whom or for whom am I buying this gift? Or did I buy this gift? What would be the answer? Anybody, come on.
Para ti.
Para ti, ¿cierto? Sí, exactamente. So this would be the indirect object, a ti. I bought it for you, ¿cierto? Which means that we have to use the pronoun for tú, which is
Te.
te. Exactamente. A ti te compré un regalo sorpresa. ¿Sí? ¿Estamos bien?
Sí.
¿Sí? Muy
Sí.
bien. Muy bien. And remember that these are exactly the same pronouns that we use for the verb gustar, ¿cierto? A mí me gusta, a él le gusta, a ellos les gusta, a ti te gusta, ¿cierto? Exactly the same pronouns. So again, we remember one set of pronouns and we kill two birds with one stone, ¿cierto? We use it with verbs with gustar and verbs like gustar, and we use it for replacing the indirect objects. Bueno, vale, vamos a hacer un poquito de práctica del pretérito, ¿cierto? Y para el deadline de el domingo, ya we say, para el deadline de mañana, quiero que voy a poner en VoiceThread, I'm going to have you use VoiceThread. It is fairly simple, and I'm going to have you do an exercise. But let's do some practice for that exercise. Voy a cerrar aquí. A ver. Vale. Entonces, no, this is not what I want you to see. I'm also going to put in folio this list of verbs. ¿Cierto? Que son, este es un handout que tiene verbos en pretérito, ¿cierto? So far we've learned regular verbs and how to conjugate them in the preterite, and I have a bunch of verbs here. We've also seen, oh, and I totally forgot to include them. What's the second set of verbs that we learned for the preterite? Anybody?
Ser y ir.
Sería estar, ¿verdad? Which is, yo fui, tú fuiste, él fue, nosotros,
Fuimos.
vosotros fuiste y ellos fueron, ¿cierto? Same conjugation for both verbs. Oops, for some reason I forgot to include that. Muy bien. Entonces, estos son los verbos que hemos aprendido hasta ahora, ¿cierto? The ones in red. We're going to get some practice with reflexive verbs in the preterite, right? So how do I use a reflexive verb? Remember the reflexive verbs? Acostarse, levantarse, bañarse, ducharse, etc. All these verbs that I use to describe my daily routine. So, so far we've used them in the present. Now we're gonna try to use them in the preterite. The only thing that you have to change here is the ending of the verb itself, right? In present you would say, yo me acuesto. In preterite, yo me acosté. And this is a list of reflexive verbs that don't have any spelling changes in the preterite, right? So, me despierto in the present, o te despiertas in the present, te despertaste en el pasado, ¿cierto? Levantarse in the present, me levanto, se levantó, perdón, él se levanta in the present, él se levantó en el pretérito, ¿cierto? Ok, entonces, otra vez vamos a hacer un breakout room. Van a trabajar con la misma persona. Quiero que miren estos verbos. Gonna copy them.
Profe?
Sí, Micah.
I have not been able to see the questions or anything on the side.
You have to, has anybody had the same problem? You have to open the chat.
Okay.
So you should find a button at the bottom of your screen. Did you find it?
Is it what? I'm on my phone, so yeah, there it is. There it is. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So you do have to press that button in order to see both the image and the chat.
All right.
And so please, whenever this happens, just please let me know. Come on. A ver. Bien, entonces, una vez más, los voy a poner en sus breakout rooms. And I just want you to do mechanical exercise simply to conjugate these verbs. So I just send it to you via chat. Conjugate them in the preterite, ¿cierto? For the pronoun yo. So if we do the first one, which is bañarse, right? I would say, yo me bañé, ¿cierto? Oops, ¿qué pasó ahí? Well, you see it, right? Yo me bañé. ¿Está claro? ¿Sí? Vale. Entonces, otra vez a nuestros breakout rooms. Oh, Jacoby. Jacoby, I'm going to assign you to breakout room 1 with Chris and Maddie. All right? Solamente nos falta, oh ya, ahora ya están todos. Bien, entonces, en la última parte de nuestra clase, o más bien vamos a corregir esto. ¿Cómo sería para peinarse?
Yo me peiné.
Yo me peiné, exactamente, ¿cierto? Yo me peiné. ¿Y cómo sería para ducharse? Para ducharse, aquí lo tenemos. Ups, aquí.
Yo me duché.
Yo me duché. We have to make that emphasis, you know, a little stronger. Okay, so repitan conmigo. Me lavé.
Me llavé.
Exacto, lavé. Muy bien. Me peiné.
Me peiné.
Me peiné, exactamente. Me quité.
Me
Me quité, exactamente. What is quitarse?
To undress
Yes.
To what?
or I don't know.
Take off.
To take off,
Take off.
exactamente, sí. And it can be clothes or take off my headphones, ¿cierto? Lo que sea. Muy bien. Ok, entonces tenemos aquí una serie de verbos. You see many verbs here. The exercise that you will be doing in VoiceThread is you're going to tell the rest of the class what you did last week while you were in confinement, ¿cierto? In quarantine. And I want you to use at least 15 verbs, okay? La cara, Michael. Se te van a salir los ojos. Okay, so in voice thread, you will see one slide for each of you. I will create a PowerPoint presentation. I'll upload it. You will find one slide that has your name, right? I will give you the instructions and you have to either do a video or record yourself in audio, and it's just a matter of clicking one button and do this exercise, right? And you have time to prepare beforehand. So 15 verbs because I want you to practice as many verbs as possible, ¿cierto?
Are you gonna post these verbs on Folio?
Yeah, I'm going to be putting this list of verbs in Folio. And remember that so far, I only want, as you see here, I color-coded the verbs. So far, we've only studied the ones in red and in orange, right? So those are the ones that I want you to practice. And we have a bunch of them. So that's why, 15 is not, that much. Remember that if you haven't done much, use your alter ego, which is a very active person who does that. So let's do something together. I want each of you to tell me one thing that you did last week during quarantine. Entonces, ¿qué hicimos? Vamos a empezar con Bethany. Bethany, ¿qué hiciste la semana pasada durante la cuarentena?
Pues yo usé la computadora mucho.
Muy bien. Usé la computadora mucho, ¿cierto? Usé. It's a regular verb. Vamos a ver. Chris.
Yeah.
Sí. Una actividad que hiciste la semana pasada.
An activity we did the past week.
Yeah. So you can use any of the verbs that you see on the screen in the prereq.
Yo usar mi computadora.
Okay. Yo us. So we need to conjugate that. So it would be yo us. Anybody?
Say.
Usé. ¿Cierto? Usé. ¿Sí? Okay. Jacoby.
Tomé un examen.
Muy bien, tomé un examen. Mary.
Yo come.
Comí.
Me.
Yeah, I think you're using the other set of verbs for the ER verbs. You're using the set of verbs for AR for an ER. So that's a common mistake, so just don't forget. Comí, muy bien. Haley.
Yo bebí té.
Muy bien, bebí té. Micah.
Yo me andé mi bicicleta.
Oh, yo,
Andé.
andar is an irregular verb.
Okay.
So maybe use montar. Montar.
Okay. Monté mi bicicleta.
Exactamente. Monté mi bicicleta. Asia.
Yo trabajé a la universidad.
Muy bien. Jasmine.
Bebé. Vino.
Okay.
Bebí.
Muy bien. Bebí. Vino. Perfecto.
Vino.
Holly.
Yo me estudié.
Yo,
Estudié.
estudié, right? Because you're not studying yourself. Unless we have so much time now that maybe we are doing that, right? Okay. And Santana?
Con mi mejor amiga.
¿Puedes repetir?
Con mi mejor amiga.
What did you do? ¿Qué hiciste? Santana, you're missing the verb. So you did something con tu mejor amiga, right? What did you do? Okay, let's imagine, what do you think Santana did con su mejor amiga?
Um,
Come on. Remember, we're on the same boat, so same rule applies. Vamos.
hablaron.
Oh, okay. Oh, we just couldn't hear you. Muy bien. Gracias, Santana. Usted Santana puso comí, ¿verdad? Muy bien. You were just missing the accent. Pero perfecto. Muy bien. So again, you will see this in VoiceThread this afternoon. Hopefully I won't have any problems with my internet connection. It's been on and off, which is a pain. The first slide of that presentation is a funny video by the same guy who did the song for International Women's Day that we saw in class. Remember? So it's the same guy talking about what he already did during the quarantine and how bored he is, right? So he's using the preterite in the song. And so, yeah, just listen to that and see how he uses the verbs. And you have to do something similar, again, using 15 verbs. And if you want to sing a song, just like the guy that you will see in the first slide, go ahead and do it. If you want to record a video, fine. If you want to record this audio, fine. All right? ¿Listo? Muy bien. Entonces, adiós. Nos vemos. Chao.
Adiós.
Adiós.
Yes.
Ciao,
What
ciao.
does the voice thread thing do?
Let's do it. Do you think it would be better for Sunday? Maybe a little bit more time?
I was just wondering if it's due in the morning or if it's due at like 11:59 tomorrow.
Oh, everything is due at 11:59, either on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and or Sundays. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Yeah,
to
then that should be plenty of time.
Okay. All right. Bueno, listo, Hailey. Adios.
Adios.
Can we find this on Folio?
You will. It's not there yet, but I will post it later today. I have to teach my other class. Oh, sorry.
Would we have, which place do we submit it to? The audio.
Good question. VoiceThread, and this will be included in the instruction. VoiceThread, since you already have an account there, with my license, you simply click a button and the system records either video or audio, and that's it.
Okay.
That's it. You don't have to worry about uploading it anywhere. Okay, Chris?
Okay.
Okay, I'm glad to
Thanks.
see you. I'm glad to see you joining the session.
All right. Adios.
Adios.